Welcome everyone to the undergraduate orientation program in the Faculty of Social Science, but Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work. Welcome everyone. But a special welcome to all the students who are listening, to all the students who are part of this wonderful department. They call it the long name department, Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work. We welcome you to this orientation. We think that you are special, so we have a special orientation for you from our department. We will have the various heads of department or heads of units in the department talking to you, to welcoming you and tell you what we expect. Here in the Faculty of Social Science, and in particular the Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work, we go out on a limb for our students. We are student centered and we make every attempt to help you to succeed. But of course, you must play your part as well. You would have been introduced to the faculty, and you'll hear some jargon over and over, like beginning with the end in mind. So you are doing a degree. Please, for heaven's sake, look into your handbook to find out what is it, the handbook that for the year that you came into the university. That is the one that will guide you right throughout. So it is important that you begin with the end in mind. What am I doing? What do I hope to get? A degree in sociology, a degree in psychology, or a degree in social work? You must do that. I also would want to in my welcoming remarks to advise you to go to the source. Don't listen to rumors. Go straight to the source in terms of we have everything is online. So you have a plethora of areas that you can turn to for information. The Dean's office have a tremendous amount of links, so you can be guided properly by the information that is there. So there's the importance of the handbook. There are myriads of students' resources online, not just for social science, not just for sociology, but also for the entire university. And so they are from the Office of Students Services and Development, and we go from accreditation to the writing center, all in between, everything that is there. So it is important that as you spend your time with us in the Faculty of Social Science, in the Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work, that you are aware of what's happening on campus. You're aware of where you can get resources, or avail yourself to the resources that are there, so you can be a student who finish within the time and also finish with a first class honors or upper second. And so we welcome you and hoping that you will follow the right protocols, you will do what is required of you, and so on and so forth. Now, there are a couple of things that I'd want to tell you about the department. There is a department office with a department head, run by Mr. Wapp, and also by Ms. Higgins. There are other members of staff that you will get to know later on. And so it's important that now, during the COVID period, that what you do, you contact us via email. It's very difficult for you to come in now to see us face to face. We're hoping that we will see you sooner or later face to face, but for now we will have to do it virtually. So a lot of things are being done virtually. So make sure that you know where to go for the information, where to find the information, and when you have the information, what to do with it. So when you contact us, don't just send an email that I want to know if I can do a minor in social work. We would want to know the name of the student, would want to know the idea of the student, and want to know which major you are now in, so we can make that decision. I know it is very, very convenient with text messaging for you to leave out majority of the information. But if you want to be helped and to be helped properly, then you have to give us the information, give us the ammunition to help you. And so when you contact the department or the dean's office or wherever, that you give us information so we know which student we are talking to, what are you asking, which program are you in, and also how can we help you. So we have to get adequate information to ensure that we are aware of what you're asking and that we can fulfill whatever you're asking. So very important. As a student in the Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work, you will do majority of your courses in the Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work, but you'll also will have some free electives that you can choose outside. If you are in doubt, you can contact the Office of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work to find out if these electives. You can check your handbook, because we give suggestions in the handbook, where you can contact the office to make sure that you are on the right track. And that when I said being on the right track as well, that if in the unlikely scenario that you fail a course that is one of your direct courses, that you try and do it over as quickly as possible, because we have seen cases where students have totally forgotten that they fail a particular course semester one and never did it again until when they think that they have completed their program. We say to them, no, you never did over course A or course B that you failed in semester one. So it is important that you follow the track that you're on. So make sure that once you know the program, at the end of every semester, check to ensure that you did all that you were supposed to do that semester. Hopefully you pass everything that semester, but if you don't, do it as quickly as possible so that you won't forget 2-3 years time when you're finishing, you realize that you aren't finished. So it is important for that. And we are here to help you. You can ask us in a lecture that you want to send us an email and so on regarding certain information. We are here for you and to ensure that you succeed, to ensure that at the end of 3 years, you would have completed your degree successfully and with a good degree. So it depends, of course, the quality of the degree will depend on how hard you work. And so it is important as you enter the Department of Social Psychology and Social Work that you are aware of what we do, aware of what we expect of you, aware of what is on your course outline. Ensure that you access your course outline to find out what are the areas that are on the course outline. Remember to check as well to find out about your exam and your assessment pieces, because that is your responsibility to ensure that this is done. So we welcome you with open arms and open hearts. We wish you all the best and that you'll have a successful time with us in the Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work. Thank you. Now, we are going to move on to an introduction, also a welcome from the head of the department, Dr. Orville Taylor.
I'll be sharing my screen.
Good morning. How are you? I hope you're all good. Welcome to the Faculty of Social Sciences and a special welcome to the Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work. We study people. Yes, people. But let me tell you something. We don't just study, we try to come up with solutions. So many of the things about the Caribbean here, many of the things about this society here are things that we actually worked on. So you'll be surprised to know, for example, that we have many of the answers in regard to those things which cause violence and crime in the society, of course. I can talk about my colleague, Herbert Gale, who needs very little introduction, who is the leading expert in that field. I can also speak about my social work friend and colleague, Claudette Crawford Brown. She is recently retired from this department, but much of her work has gone into many pieces of social legislation and policies. Did you know, for example, that the Child Care and Protection Act is something that she and other members of the social work unit contributed to very deeply? Geriatric studies, that is study of care for the elderly, something that we have also done and we are doing as we speak. I bet you didn't even know that as we talk about this pandemic this thing called COVID, this awful coronavirus, and the work arrangement that have to be put in place as a consequence of that, such as flexi time, etc., and protections under the occupational safety and health legislation. Did you know this department? You are in for quite a ride here. We have lecturers and other members of staff, academic and administrative staff, who deeply care about human beings. Of course, the numbers matter. Not going to tell you otherwise. So when you come to this department, we expect that you are going to work. But nobody is going to treat you simply as a number. We are going to treat you as a human being, because it is human beings that we study. You are going to make your mark. Many of the students who graduate from this place, from this department, from the various units, it doesn't matter what it is that you're studying. We are a tree here in this department. We are a tree. So everybody starts here and then we branch out eventually. Your experience is going to be a wonderful one. But guess what? You have your responsibilities too. Absolutely. You have your responsibilities. Whether your fees are being paid by yourself from your savings or by your parent or any other benefactor, you have a responsibility to do your very best. Now, you would have heard from many other persons, and so I am not going to take up too much time. But just to say to you, welcome. But remember that you are here to stand on the shoulder of giants, but you are going to make contributions, and I'm looking forward to hearing some of the wonderful things that you will do here. My other colleagues from the other department, the dean, would have spoken to you, and you might be getting very tired of hearing all these people talk. So I'm not going to be too long. But we will be here for you as we guide you for this experience as you continue to go. You will notice behind me, look, it's a tiger. Yeah, there you go, it's a tiger. That is our mascot. No, it's not a mascot in a Jamaican sense. And a tiger, it epitomizes strength. But did you know that a tiger is one of the most caring of animals? Yes, caring, of course, not for the prey, but caring for its children. A mother cat, a mother tiger. Yeah, and we are the mother tiger. And so you will enjoy your experience. I look forward to seeing you. Enjoy your encounter. Enjoy your journey. Put your seatbelts on, because you're in for a beautiful ride. My name is Dr. Orville Taylor. They call me the Man in Black. And welcome to the Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work.
Thank you very much, Dr. Orville Taylor. That is the other Orville. I am Dr. Orville Beckford. That's Dr. Orville Taylor, so we call him Dr. Taylor and call me Becky. So, so I'm back with you, students. Just there are a number of things you'll keep hearing over and over and over. We try to cement it in your mind because they are so important. Like, for example, if you have a GPA less than 2, then it's very we have to get permission to allow you to graduate, because anything less than 2 is not considered within the university level in terms of what's required to graduate. So if you have a GPA less than 2, which is why it's so important to just follow your GPA at the end of every semester, check the semester GPA, and then you can check the degree GPA as you go along. Very important. And of course, if you're having difficulty understanding what to do, we have a lot of resources available to you to help you with that process. So we're now going to hear from the units within the department. So we have psychology, Dr. Lips. Okay, so we will then start with Ms. Sandra Latibodier from the social work unit, to be followed by Herbert Gill. So Ms. Latibodier, you're on.
Good morning, a warm welcome to all of you. I am so excited to be here and to welcome you to the Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work. As Dr. Beckford said, my name is Sandra Latibodier, and I'm the unit coordinator for the social work program. So I want to congratulate you first and foremost for all your hard work. It has paid off. You're now in the department that has a long and distinguished tradition of teaching and research. and we deal with behaviors. As Dr. Taylor mentioned, you know, we're the department that deals with solving human problems. So now you are standing on the shoulders of giants, as he said, and as the tiger, like the tiger or mascot, we take pride that our graduates are equipped with the knowledge and skills to analyze complex social problems and provide solutions to those problems. Being a student at this time is no easy feat, so you are in for a ride. You're doing so at a time that COVID has caused a lot of changes. The pandemic has revolutionized the education system and university life as we know it. I know many of you wanted to be on campus to experience all that university life has to offer, but don't take it as a challenge. Look at this as an opportunity. The opportunity that we can invite other persons from other countries to come and share with us. So the new normal, see the challenges, you know, it's hard, but it is not impossible. So I encourage you to go beyond just performing tasks to get grades, which has resulted in your admissions here. I want you to take ownership. And as Dr. Beckford mentioned, you're going to hear this a lot. We want you to take ownership of your life, your mind, your education, and become responsible for your learning. This is a key difference between the education at university level and your time in high school. You will be pushed to go further, to ask questions, to do readings, to explore with your fellow students and lecturers in critical dialogue. This dialogue can be frightening at first because you're used to being told how to think, how to behave, and how to do. But we encourage you to try to move beyond it with patience, with humility, with joy, and with the help from all the persons that are in this faculty, because all of this is a process of learning. But know that you're not alone, as I said before. Make use of your community, your friends, your lecturers, the social work unit staff, the faculty staff. We're all here for you. Ask for help. I know many of you don't like to do that. Ask for help. It is not a sign of weakness. Use the office hours that your lecturers have. Talk with your fellow students. Pay attention. And I'm going to encourage you to do the writing course. I said it to my social work, at the greetings to my social work students, and I stressed to them the importance of doing your writing course early. Don't leave it until the end, because communication, both oral and written, are important, and you can't get to the university without that. I want to just leave you with a few points. I'm sure you have heard some of this before. And as I said to my students, do not roll your eyes. I'm from the old school, so I love to give advice. So don't roll your eyes. Be intentional, be intentionally disciplined. We are online, so when you come online, please dress appropriately. Don't start your class from your bedroom. It says something, it puts you in the mind that you are here to sleep. We ask that you prepare yourself, dress appropriately, go in the living room, sit down and be engaged, be fully present, be flexible. I'm what they call a technophobe. So I don't get it all right all the time. So cut your lecturers and yourself some slack. The technology can fail, but just be flexible and know that anything can happen. Communication is key. And this is another type of communication that I'm talking about. At the beginning of each of your courses, you're given a course outline. And for the most part, you're told the due dates of your assignments. Take note of those. Engage your family members, communicate with your family members, your significant others, your children, share with them your timetable, share with them the due date so that they know that you have some things that are, that you're working towards. Share with them your timetables. If necessary, make a contract. Say that you'll do this chore later, or, so you can negotiate, but make sure communication, people don't know what you need unless you tell them. Be kind to yourself, take care of yourself. If you are feeling overwhelmed and you can't manage on your own, the university has specialists that can provide help for you. Go talk to the persons in the counseling unit, or apply for leave of absence if you really cannot, even with the help of the professionals, you're still not able to function. Apply for leave of absence so that your profile don't come out looking so shoddy, and spotted. Only you know your bodies and the signs that you are overwhelmed. Stay connected. If we don't know that you are in need, so if you ghost us, we don't know that you need help. Don't ghost us, please. I know that, I think that's the new saying. So don't ghost us. We won't know that you need help if you don't tell us. So don't hide out from us. Ask questions. Again, I emphasize, ask questions. Ask the right persons. Ask your lecturers. Consult your handbooks, and they will and use your office hours, as I said before. So I want to say, in an era when change is the only constant, your decision to continue your education shows, like the tiger or mascot, resilience. So I want to big that up in you, your resilience, your strength and determination to claim your place in the global economy. It is you who make us who we are. And we look forward to your inquiring minds and your energy that you'll bring to our department and to our program. The staff of the Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work give you our assurance that we are committed to maintaining a high standard of teaching, delivering quality service, and that we're here to assist you in whatever way we can, and to actively listen to your concerns. Remember, you are not alone. I again want to welcome you to this exciting new chapter of your life, and hope that you will embrace the new learning experience, ideas, and challenges that await you. My best wishes for a successful academic year. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss Latibodier. And I hope they are listening and will take from it that ask for help. Those words are so important. Please ask for help, especially the males who believe they know everything. Because we males tend to think that way. But ask for help. Please, we prefer you ask us a million times than you fail one time. And so ask for help. Thank you very much, Ms. Latibodier. We'll have Dr. Gale now, followed by Dr. Rosemary Johnson from psychology. So we'll have Dr. Gale now from sociology.
All right, let me say good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
Right. Of course, my name is Herbert Samuel Gale, affectionately called Herbs. So once you get to know me, most people switch from the very long name or the name that is supposed to be all sorts of languages blended together and simply call me Herbs. I don't smoke it though, but that's the name I've carried from childhood until now. Now, I want us to talk a little bit about some of the courses and programs that comes under my purview. And so we start with sociology, demography, anthropology, criminology, labor relations, development, and social policy. So all of these areas come under the unit of sociology. And I want to say to students who are just coming in that it's important for you to begin to work out in your head from now the idea of where you want to be in the next 10 years. So even as we welcome you, we want to welcome you with your cognition strapped on. We don't want you to be in brain off mode. We want you to stay focused as you pursue your degree. And I want to point out a few things to you that are important. I want to begin with what I call one of my life's philosophy. And it's about how you treat the people who are part of your support system. Now, I don't know what your support system looks like, but all the studies done show that if your support system is not strong, you will not do well. So let's start from the simplest fact that we now know and we're very clear on. Even with a high IQ, a student with very strong backing or support who has only medium IQ will do better than a student who is gifted. In other words, your support system is very, very important. So one of the core things to ensure is that, you know, if you have a cavity, never disrespect a dentist. I wrote this when I was 12 years old for a competition, and I've lived by it. There are some people you are going to need more than others. If you're in Dr. Beckford's class, you can't be disrespectful to him because he's part of your support system. You can't be disrespectful to your parents. You can't be disrespectful to the people who pay your tuition, to your sponsor, whoever on earth it is. The idea of respect and showing and sharing with people some mutual dignity is very important. A lot of the crises that I have to work with students quite often fall on this area where they'll call me and say, you know, Doc, can you Can you help me talk to my mother, talk to my father, talk to my boyfriend, talk to my girlfriend, somebody who impacts on you. So try and remember that. Yeah. Never disrespect a dentist if you have a cavity. All right. Means that anybody at all that's of tremendous importance to you, you need to treat those people specially. Not that you shouldn't treat everybody very well, but those persons you should treat for the purpose of prudence. All right. Just to make sure you yourself accept that you are sensible and understand how to develop common sense and survivability. You should treat those people well. The other issue I want to talk to you about a little bit is this idea that a lot of persons transitioning from secondary school to high school actually feel that they need to recall a whole lot of material. Now, if you go to Google or any other platform and you go back to the idea of Bloom's taxonomy, one of the first things you're going to recognize is that from the minute a child is born, yes, from the minute they smack that child has tremendous recall skills. And if you were to bring to us that this is my level, this is what I can do, I can recall, you know, like people will write for Dr. Beckford and myself, according to Beckford 2021, open quote, and they tell close quote. That in itself is not what is of importance to us. What is of importance is that you understand, which is the next level, is that you're able to pull things apart, which we call analysis, is that you're able to actually critique, apply, critique, and then, of course, the final level, to create your own model of reality. So what is my reality? After drawing all these pieces of material, how do I construct or explain my reality? And that epistemological level is what we're asking of you from the onset. It's not daunting, it's not difficult. Life can be explained, but it can't be explained in the way you see people explain COVID online and anti-vaxxers, you know, vaxxers and oxxers. Reality does not exist in many pieces, but it can be perceived in many pieces. And you have to begin to grapple with these things from very, very early so you can begin to make sense of your life here on the Mona campus. And it's intriguing because, as a student said to me, sir, it's not life on the Mona campus anymore, it's life within the Mona campus. Interesting switch of proposition. But what we want from you, and I will tell you that, right, almost all lecturers across the world encourage students to speak a mind that reflects you. Let me go again, to speak a mind that reflects you. So we're not trying to teach you just for the purpose of teaching you. We're trying to provide you with a set of research, cognitive, right, operational, different types of tools that you are going to use to make sense of your own reality and explain that reality to us. The difference between a man who sells peanut or hustles in halfway tree and a lecturer is the capacity to explain. And that's where we want to take you. We want you to be able to have introspection, which was once considered to be the epitome of brilliance, to the essence of research, which is the ability to model and design, and of course, to the highest level, which is to explain to others and to make an impact on society. Every course I teach, right, and there are many other courses taught by Dr. Beckford, courses taught by Professor Lips, courses taught by persons around, any one of us, is about your impact on society. What's the value of coming to a university like Dodo and leave like dumpling? Let me explain what that means. In old people parlance, all it means that what's the logic of coming to a university as X and leave as X, not as X plus one, but just as X. Come in as Dodo, leave as dumpling, meaning the same thing. University life is about change. It's about making sure that you begin to draw on all the material that surround you. And that means questioning people, interrogating people, calling people if you can, emailing people, becoming a nice bother to people because, hey, you are trying to draw from them all the pieces that you need to create the model of your life so that you can actually have an impact on society. Welcome to the Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work. And I hope you have a real, absolutely fabulous, productive time. And at the same time, stay safe. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Dr. Gale, Herbs, as we call you. And what I take from what you have said is don't come in like dodo and leave like dumpling. So although I like dumpling, but I really prefer if you leave with a degree in hand and a degree also in the head. So thank you very much. We now have Dr. Rose Johnson from the Psychology Unit.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Oh.
Hello, Dr. Lips, Professor Lips. Sorry about that. Yeah, we are hearing it clearly.
We're hearing you.
Okay, good. Sorry, I'm having some problems with my camera right now. Somehow the connection was lost. Anyhow, I would like to welcome you to the Psychology Unit, and as we call it, psychological science. As psychology now is seen as a STEM discipline, that is a science, technology, engineering, and mathematics oriented discipline. I know many of you will have signed up for psychology thinking we're all about clinical psychology, abnormal psychology, social psychology. But what many people do not realize, and many students, is that about a third of psychology is mathematics. A third of psychology is biology and physics. And the other part of psychology is methods, research methods. And finally, we come to the things that people think about being part of psychology. So when you're a psychologist, you have to reason like a philosopher, model the world like a mathematician, and do research like a physicist. So you can see psychology is a much more complex discipline. One thing I can say to you is that many of you will wish to go on to graduate school in psychology. And the one word of advice I have to you is ensure that you get the highest grades that are possible. It is very hard to go on to graduate school in psychology. In fact, it is harder to go to graduate school in psychology than medicine. You have a 1 in 3 chance of getting accepted into medicine and a 1 in 30 chance of being accepted into a graduate program in psychology. So you require very high grades, you require volunteer experience, and you must have some experience conducting research. And preferably, for those of you who wish to go on to graduate school, make sure you take the year-long research paper, because that is one of the things that we look at when we are assessing people for entry into graduate school. For those people who don't have a sufficiently high enough GPA, there are other areas that you can also enter into. There are areas in mental health counseling. There are areas in rehabilitation counseling. So if you're interested in clinical, but you don't quite have sufficiently good grades, there are other alternative courses. Also, I should mention that a discipline that many people, or an aspect of psychology that many people overlook, is something called applied social psychology. I did my master's degree in clinical psychology and my PhD in applied social psychology. And I must say, I actually enjoy the applied social psychology aspect much more than the clinical. Applied social psychology, for those of you who haven't heard about it, is involving changing the world. using social psychology and social interventions to design changes. So a lot of the things that you've seen on how to pay a bill more quickly. So when you have your JPSCO bill come, they give you a little credit, $250 for paying your bill. Well, that comes out of work done in applied social psychology, in getting people to do things. And they call that nudging, okay? There is also a stream in graduate school on physiological and cognitive psychology. Those are two areas which are quickly picking up. And I think, as I may have, or you may realize now, psychology is both an academic discipline and a profession. So when you go on to graduate school in psychology, you must do a full master's thesis and a PhD. And in addition to what you normally would do, you add on a series of professional courses. At the undergraduate level, we have 2 introductory courses, but for majors, we also have 2 required research courses that you must take. And we introduce you very early on to research because that is a critical aspect of psychology. Unlike many of the other social sciences, psychology uses more true experiments and what are called quasi-experiments, and less so correlational research or simply looking at it. We're more interested in what causes something or brings it about and trying to, as best as we can, explain why it is. So you'll see from the very start, you will be introduced to hands-on research. We will ask you to take courses in statistics. We will ask you to take courses in multiple courses in research methods. I would strongly advise you to take psychometrics because it is a key aspect of psychology and also an area of psychology that has a tremendous impact on other disciplines. In the second year, we will ask you to do a series of courses. It's a bit confusing what we're going to ask you, but we're working to straighten that out and make it more clear cut for students. Next, if I just pull up the schedule here for myself, today at 1 to 3 p.m., we will be providing advice to new students. So we only want new students to come to the advising session. And then on Thursday and Friday, we will be providing academic advising to students who are returning, as well as those new students who haven't come as of yet. So we will be giving academic advising from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Thursday, and from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Friday. Now, I'm just thinking, what else can I tell you about our field? It's an exciting discipline. People who major in psychology, because of the nature of the training, often find it easy to find a job after you finish the bachelor's degree. So you gain a lot of skills that employers want of students. So often they want people who can critically think. And that's something we teach you in psychology. It's something we emphasize very greatly. They want people who can do research. And I'm not simply talking about data gathering, but simply reading a series of material and then going out and finding an answer, sort of creating a question and answering. The process of research is all about asking a question and then finding an answer to your question, okay? Also, the ability to analyze quantitative and qualitative data. That is something we provide to you, as well as what most people think of, the content knowledge. for those people who have not, psychology is not their first choice, what I can say to you is that many employers find and prefer to hire people with degrees in the social sciences or, surprisingly, humanities and education over people who have degrees in management studies or management studies or accounting or engineering, etc., those more specific focus fields. And one of the reasons is we teach you how to learn. And many companies want people who can move around the organization. So if you've majored in accounting, that's all you can do. You're not trainable usually outside of accounting. Whereas people who take a degree in history, philosophy, or psychology have the skills to learn and navigate into new jobs. And what they have found is that people who have a degree in the humanities and education and in psychology are able to navigate themselves up. In fact, they go further in organizations and are more preferred by employers than people in other disciplines that don't provide that more general level of education. Also, I should point out that psychology is not simply a program for psychology. Psychology serves as a feeder into many other programs. So in the US, many students who choose to go on to medical school actually major in psychology. And they prefer people who come from a background in psychology over people who have a background in the pure sciences. And the reason is you learn a lot about physiology, biology, and chemistry in psychology, but you also learn about how people think, how people perceive, how to change social behavior. Psychology is also a feeder into fields such as occupational therapy, physiotherapy. Some schools in social work, in clinical social work, recruit people from psychology. So there are many separate fields that you can go on to after you finish your degree. So psychology is a major, but it is also a route to many other areas of study, both in psychology and outside of psychology. So I'd like to welcome you into the field of psychological science, and I hope I haven't intimidated you too much. So on back to you, Orville.
Thank you very much, Professor Lips. Thank you very much. And it's important, the issue of that psychology itself is a route to other disciplines. And it is both a discipline and a profession. And so you gave a comprehensive talk on it. Thank you very much, Professor Lips. Now we're gonna move on to another section of the program, unlocking a new way of learning. To be done by some fellow named Dr. Orville Beckford. So Dr. Beckford, could you speak now? Oh, well, I'm speaking. Thank you. Now, in terms of the OUR-VLE, this is the learning tool, the learning, the elements that we have within the department, well, within the UII. It is important that you understand what is the OUR-VLE. And very, very important that you go on for the because I know you're new. Go on, look what is OUR-VLE. There are a lot of videos online that to show you how to navigate the OUR-VLE. This is what you'll be using for the next 3 years, and so it's important that you understand exactly what is the OUR-VLE. I find it and other lectures a little disconcerting when a second-year student is saying to me that they didn't know how to find the exam online. They didn't know how to post the midterm through OUR-VLE, through Turnitin online. And these are things that there are a lot of learning from manuals are online for students. We also have learning programs virtually online that you can go and look at somebody demonstrating what is it that you do, how you look for your courses and so on. And so it is important in this online environment that you take that seriously, because this is what you will have to be living with for the next 2 or 3 years. And it is what drives the university learning management system. And so you have to get accustomed to it. We also have joining with the OERVLE, the Blackboard Collaborative. This is where we teach from in terms of the various courses. So you have the OERVLE, and under OERVLE, we have the Blackboard Collaborative. Just like how we have the quiz, we have the assessment, we have information on the OERVLE. Under it, we also have the Blackboard Collaborative. So it is important that you learn how to navigate. Very important that you learn how to navigate the space. And don't wait until an exam is tomorrow, you're asking someone today, or a midterm assignment is due this evening at 6 o'clock, you're asking somebody today at 1 o'clock. In your spare time, go on and navigate the space. Which are the courses that I'm registered for? Can I find the containers for those courses? Where are they? Am I in the right stream? If the course has different streams, and what time does that stream start? How can I record? How can I download the recording of the lectures? These are things that you should know and should avail yourself of the information on how to get it done. There is no shortcut. This is what it is that we use at the UWI, not only the Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work, but in all the various faculties in the UWI. So it is important that you understand how to navigate the space and the tremendous amount of information that is contained within the space called OURVLE. Very important. And we come now to the section where you have to manage your online learning. We are living in, it almost sounds like a part from a reggae song. We are living in perilous times. We are living in a serious time where everything is online, almost everything. So you find sometimes it's very difficult to get on, not because something wrong with your system, but there are certain times within the day that the Zoom or the OERVLE or the BBC is used more than others. So you are trying to log on from rural area or sometime in the corporate area, but you just cannot log on. Which is why it is important that if the lecturer have a lecture on Tuesday for sociology introduction at 9 o'clock until 11 o'clock, I go on from 8 o'clock. Why log on from 8 o'clock? Just in case there are issues with my logging on, I can seek help, or in my case, I have two internet providers in my house. I switch to another one, but I can't know unless I'm on. So if I waited until 5 to 9 to go on and then realize I'm having problems, it means my lecture is going to start late. So I go on from 8 o'clock and ensure that all is well and that all my PowerPoints are up, as the case may be. So it is very important in terms of how you manage your online learning. You need a stable internet. You need to ensure that your computer or your laptop or your phone has the current, make sure that they have the most current in terms of social issues, to ensure that you're not finding out at the last minute that what you have is not the current one, the software. You're not finding out that what you have is an outdated software so can't log on to OER VLE, or if you log on, you have difficulty hearing. So it's very important to check your hardware and your software to ensure that you have the correct hardware and software that will help you in the learning online process. Very important. And so it's important that you check before the lectures and check before each lecture in terms of that you can get on. When you're given a midterm assignment and a deadline, check where you're supposed to upload the midterm assignment, that you can find it, and whether it is in Turnitin, that you know what is Turnitin and what you do when you are uploading the assignment in Turnitin. Make sure that these are questions that you ask. You try and find information to ensure that you can navigate the space successfully. Very important. Another issue is overcoming the feeling of loneliness. When you're doing courses online, there is a feeling of loneliness. You feel like you're alone. You're not seeing other students beside you as you would in a face-to-face. And then sometimes when you come online, hardly there's a video, everybody have up some moniker of themselves or something else. And you feel a feeling of anonymity, that you're alone. We can understand that. And how you overcome that is make sure that when you're in a course that you interact. Interaction will remove that feeling of anonymity. Me alone, I feel so alone. So I just listen, finish the course, and then gone to my bed. No, you interact. Interaction is very important. And you'll find that there are some miserable lecturers like Dr. Orville Beckford, that if you are not interacting, he call you out by name. And if you're not interacting within a certain time, I get your phone number and call you and find out why you're not interacting. And I do not buy the argument that for the entire year, your mic not working. That if your mic not working, try and do something about it so that we can hear who you are. You can ask your own questions rather than relying on other people to ask questions for you. Because we have had students for the entire semester. Oh, my mic not working. Every time I said that, I haven't heard from John Brown. Oh, I see something in the chat. Oh, my mic not working. So I said from day one of the semester till now, still not working. So interaction is where you will try to alleviate that anonymity, that feeling of loneliness that comes with online learning. Because you are online, you don't have someone beside you, you don't have a lecturer in front of you. This is what we call asynchronous, in that, well, part of it is synchronous in that I am there when you are there. But then there are other parts that are asynchronous, when you have to upload an assignment. I do have to be present for you to upload the assignment. And so just like I don't have to be present for you to download the recordings. Very important that you understand the space that we have called OER VLE and how to navigate it. So you need to get away from that, the feeling of loneliness and the anonymity by interacting online. Sometimes we have a WhatsApp chat for the course. Go on, ask your question, because then not everybody will be online in the WhatsApp chat, but you ask your question. I generally encourage students to go start a WhatsApp chat from the OER VLE lecture, and then I will come in, and if you have questions or queries, I will respond to those questions or queries so other people can also see and learn from it. So very important. The next one is the assessment. Now, the university, the quality of a university degree and the quality itself of a university has to do with the accountability and in terms of the examination criteria. Because if you hear that exams are being done, people are cheating, people are doing this or that, the university will lose parts of its accreditation. And so very important, and we get very strict in terms of you doing your midterm examination or midterm assignment. doing your final examination or assignment. Within this COVID-19 pandemic and the heavy use of online platforms, we say to you, try and know the date of your assignment or your midterm exam or your final exam. Try and find a quiet place to sit with a stable internet to do the examination. Very important, because we have given you an exam that 99% of the people sat at the point in time. Why is it that we should then give you a retake when you knew when was the exam? You come to say that you didn't remember. Sir, I didn't remember that the exam was between 9 and 11 o'clock. How you cannot remember? So therefore, if the exam was being held on campus face to face, you don't turn up at the exam and then expect the lecturer to give you a pass or to do over the exam for you, unless of course you have serious issues like you're in an accident, you have a child and the child is in hospital, or issues like those. Then we expect you to do your exam at the time appointed and make sure that you stick within the framework of how that exam is being held. So it is important and very important that you pay attention to the assessment pieces online, know where to find them, know where to do the assessment pieces, whether it's a take-home exam, so I carry it home, do it, and then come and upload it within a given space and time, and make sure you get all the information that is needed. Generally, very often, all the lecturers here generally are telling you within the lectures when is the assessment piece due, how it is to be done, and so on. But so many of you sometimes don't turn up at your lectures, and so you go and you do other things that were not required, and then you begin to call and cry and call out to us and cry and whatever it is that you should be given a retake. I am saying that use the space wisely, avail yourself of adequate enough information, avail yourself of where you are supposed to go to for the lecture, for the stream that you're in, where you are supposed to upload the assignment, whether you have to put it through Turnitin, and when it's done through Turnitin, what is it that will be accepted in terms of similarity index by the lecturer? Find out before you do such things. And so it is important that as you come into the department and the university, we welcome you with open arms, but we are also saying to you that we use the LMS called OURVLE. Know all that you can about it. Make sure you can access it, you can navigate it, and that you can find where the exams are, where the lectures are, where recordings for the lectures are, and that you know exactly what to do. So you have a lot of time. We welcome you, and we wish you all the best in the navigation of that space. Thank you. So we'll have Mr. Wap, who will be engaging with the department, how you engage with the Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work. Mr. Wap.
Thank you, Dr. Wickwood. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work. As you heard, my name is Franklin Wap, and I am your office manager. I'll be here just to tell you how much you can engage with our department. But before I do that, I would like to share my screen. I'd like to share a video with you. This video has been played already. You might have seen it in the faculty orientation, but we want to show it to you again because we place a lot of emphasis on this.
This is an anti-cheating campaign brought to you by the FSS.
The University of the West Indies, this prestigious institution, is ranked #1 in the Caribbean, in the top 2% in Latin America, and in the world's top 4%. The Faculty of Social Sciences is the largest of all 7 faculties at the UWI-MONA. The FSS is renowned for its rich history of 60+ years of scholarship and eminent graduates, including prime ministers, ministers of government, leaders within the public and private sectors, and Rhodes Scholars. We also boast Olympians, including recent gold medalist in the men's 110-meter hurdles, Hansel Parchment. As is synonymous with the symbolic meaning of the tiger, our FSS brand represents strength, courage, determination, dignity, and independence.
And now you, budding social scientists, have been charged to add to this rich legacy. As future leaders, you will partake in the continuation of our FSS brand with integrity and pride. Go forward, knowing that though you are one, you represent the entire FSS and UA.
As the late Maya Angelou would say, I come as one, but stand as 10,000. Do not tarnish my name. We don't have tolerance for cheating. Listen up. The UWI's assessment regulations consider cheating to be one of the most egregious acts that a student can commit. Cheating is considered to be any attempt to benefit oneself or another by deceit or fraud. It threatens to devalue the status of one's degree and, by extension, the status of the university. There can be no trust that a degree means what it is supposed to when a student has obtained it by fraudulent means. So, if you have any ideas about bringing unauthorized materials in the examination, copying from your notes during an examination even when the instructions warn against this, assisting other students to copy from you or use your papers, accepting assistance from any other students or using any other students' papers, paying persons to do an exam for you, taking writings or drawings or other work to your examination. These are all considered as attempts of cheating, and the UWI has robust systems to detect such acts. If you are found cheating, then this will be reported in writing to the campus registrar, and you will have to face the examination committee, which hears cases of examination irregularities.
You will face serious sanctions.
Here are some of the consequences of cheating. When you cheat, you only cheat yourself of a learning opportunity. When you cheat, you risk failing the course and having a FEI, failed examination irregularity notation on your transcript, being fined heavily, or even being suspended for a period or expelled. Cheating affects your conscience, and your guilt causes more stress. The more you worry about getting caught for cheating, the more this anxiety affects your performance.
Cheating results in you not respecting your money and your time. You only throw away your investment when you cheat. Cheating results in you ruining your integrity, who you are as a person, and this taints your image and any other accomplishments you might have had before cheating. Imagine a potential employer seeing FEI on your transcript, or a possible scholarship being missed because you are deemed to be dishonest and untrustworthy. Cheating does not allow you to see your true potential. It only destroys your self-esteem. Even though technology might make it easier for you to cheat, it makes it just as easy for us to discover when you cheat. Cheating does not pay.
Make it your daily intention to pursue academic integrity. If something does not feel right, trust your instincts. Don't let anyone lead you down any path of destruction of your reputation.
In the FSS, our focus is on honesty and excellence, not only in attaining your grades, but also in the type of social scientist that you become, and how you represent yourself and us in the classroom and beyond.
We hope to inspire and foster in you standards of excellence so that you may develop and demonstrate a character that is in keeping with the expectations of the UWI graduate. Stand proudly, observe your actions, and make sure that you always act with integrity, professionalism, and excellence. This message is endorsed by
Okay, thank you. I replay that video just to let you know that we are very serious where cheating is concerned, and a lot of this students seem to take lightly, and we want to let you know that we are very serious and there are sanctions if you should caught cheating. So please take note of these things and to ensure that you walk the straight and narrow. All right. I just want to say to you again, welcome. And I want to say to our students that I want you to be intellectually inquisitive, because I want you to be reading everything that you see, because your degree starts from now. It starts at your orientation, because this is where you get your information to plan your degree, to outline your degree for the next 2 or 3 years that you have left with us at the university. So I want you to become intellectually inquisitive. Now, for you to get in touch with the department, continue sharing my screen. Sorry, let me see if I can get that. All right. Things that you need to know about us, or to get in touch with us, or to engage with us. Our head of department, as you would have heard earlier, is Dr. Orville Taylor, and he's located on the 3-story building in the Faculty of Social Sciences. I know that you might not know the campus yet. Some of you might not know the campus and know where to find us. But when you do come to the campus, if and when we should come to the campus, you'll be able to find us on the top floor. Now, those numbers that you're seeing there, they are not active right now. We apologize for that. University lines are not working. So we say, do not try to call those numbers until further notice. And we will let you know by putting the information on our website. However, you can reach us via email, and the email is right there, spswork@uwimona.edu.jm. This is also on our website. All right, the sociology unit, again, our admin staff. Want to meet our admin staff? As I said, I'm Franklin Wapp. Then we have Janet Higgins. We have Gerald. Janet Higgins she deals mostly with graduate issues. But again, you will have a lot of things to do with Janet because she is so important in the department. We have Geraldine Barr, who is assistant to the HOD. Anything to do with the HOD, you want to get information to the HOD, you go to Mrs. Coburn Barr, Krista Gill. She's at the front desk. She's the face of our department. I refer to her as, and she'll be the first person you'll encounter with. If you should come to the department physically, she'll be the first person you will see. And then we have Lorado Bowley, who's also on the inside, mostly on the technical side of things, but he's on the inside, and you will also there address some student matters. We have the psychology unit. The psychology unit now is located, I'm telling you the location is going to be difficult because you might not know the campus, especially when you're students. All right, but this is when you're going towards the hospital, right across from the medical faculty. You'll find the psychology unit, we refer to it as the Aqueduct Flats. You'll find the psychology unit, and also the social work unit is located on the same ground, and we have our HRD there, what those for the graduate program. So we have Joan Williams and Sharon Aaron Robinson, that's located as the administrative staff, located in the psychology unit. And again, if you want to link them directly, the unit directly, you can link them to UGrad site. That is UGrad, GRADPSYCH at uwimona.edu.jm. right? You see it right there on screen. And also the social work unit, we have Tamika Claudius and Tessie Scott. Again, we'll find them by the aqueduct flat. Those are the persons who are in charge of your administrative functions. So just for you, just to reemphasize that if you want to really get in touch with the department, these are the channels that you must use. These are the persons that who you should get in touch with. And I can't overemphasize, please do not go to your friends and go to other persons to get information. You must always contact the department. If you need to, we have been getting a lot of queries on credit checks. We'll be posting a credit check form online for you to access so that you can use that to match it up along with the degree that you are doing. We will assist you, but first we will refer you to the form. And if you follow the form, take the form, match it up with your booklet, then you can't go wrong. All the information is there for you to follow. And once you follow it, then you are good to go. I remember if you were in the dean's address on Monday, I remember the deputy dean saying that you must use the faculty booklet as your Bible, or whatever instrument that is dear to you. Use it, take it for that, take it for what it's worth, because that is what is going to guide you for the next 3 years. So as I say again, welcome to the department, and please to get in touch with us, to engage with us, you have to talk to us via email at this time. Thank you. Over to you, Dr. Beckford.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wap, for reinforcing the importance of the dealing with the department for issues rather than taking rumors or listening to what your friend has to say. Very important. Thank you very much, Mr. Wap. Now we are going to have a video presentation and introduction to department staff. So as we put a face to the names.
Yes, I'll be doing that as well. I'm going to be sharing my screen.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Right. Okay, again, we'll be putting a face to some of the names that you'll be hearing coming out of our department. You hear Dr. So-and-so, Professor so-and-so, Miss so-and-so, Mr. so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so. So we want to put a face to those names that you have been hearing, right? And little blurbs or whatever, little comments I might make as I go along. Not on everybody, but on the ones that I feel comfortable in saying. So I hope the others don't feel jealous that I may not say anything about you, but it's just a little blurb. All right, so here we go. So members of staff, and again, this is Dr. Orville Taylor, man in black. You all should know him, right? He's also a radio personality. All right, we have Dr. Johnson, Dr. Rosemary Johnson, and she's a licensed clinical psychologist, and she'll be your unit direct coordinator for the psychology program. All right, we have other members. We have Dr. Claudine Atkinson, Anderson Atkinson, Dr. Yuri Bowen, Dean. We have Donisha, especially first year student. I want to say about Donisha that you'll be seeing a lot of her. She'll be guiding you through your first year program, first year course. Again, you'll see her in your third year, but for right now, for first year students, you'll have a lot to do with Ms. Burke as you introduce yourself to the unit. We have Mr. Gordon, Michael Gordon, again, the psychology program. We have Dr. Carol James. She's also one of our associate dean, the faculty. And if you want to talk about your eating and skin bleaching and everything, you can talk to Dr. Carol James. We have you heard from Dr. Lips earlier, and Dr. Mason, who is on sabbatical leave, so you won't be seeing her around, but you heard from Dr. Lips a short while ago. We have Dr. McFarlane, we have Ms. Sophia Morgan, all of those persons you'll be coming in contact with. Some of them in your first year, some of them in your second year, some of them you might not see until your third year. We have Dr. Marina Ramke soon. You won't see her as an undergraduate student this year, I think. She's also director of HR, and she also will be teaching in the graduate program, organizational behavior. We have Dr. McQuay. Keith McQuay is a new member of staff coming in this year. So again, you'll have a chance to meet him again in the second and third year. No first year students, I think, will be Dr. McQuay. We have a unit coordinator for social work. You heard from her earlier, Ms. Angela Chibodier. Again, we have Dr. Tracy Rogers in social work. We have Dr. Mrs. Kimberly Hines-Heron. She's your practicum coordinator. So all your practicum courses with social work students, you'll be having to deal with Ms. Kim Hines-Heron, right? She'll be your coordinator through your 3 years. We have Mrs. Elliot Rattray. We have Ms. Nicole Williams, all the social work personnel. We again have Sean K. Burns, and we have Ms. Nina Alvarez. And I'm sure if you again was there on Monday, you would have met Shauna K. Burns. That Vibes, the lady you saw there coordinating and emceeing the whole affairs there on Monday. That's her in the corner there, Shauna K. Right. We have Mr. Joseph Willard. Again, you'll meet him in your second year students, and some graduate students will also meet Mr. Willard. He's also not really new, but he'll be coming on as a full-time member this year. You heard from Dr. Gale earlier, an anthropologist. He's also director of Fathers Inc. So, and again, a radio personality. So, and you have seen a lot of him in the news and in the radio and everywhere, and on the radio and so on. So he's a well-known personality. So don't worry too much about him. You'll hear much of him as you go. You'll meet him in your second and then third year, some graduate students as well. We have Dr. Mochi Anderson, who anthropologist, Dr. Michael Barnett, a sociologist. Again, you'll be meeting those persons in your second and third year. Dr. Beckford, you heard from him earlier, and he's now chairing this session. We have Ms. Daly. We have Dr. Devonish, Dr. Marco. We have Ms. Aisha Facey. Again, it's a very well-known face that the first year students will be seeing and interacting a whole lot, because she'll be doing statistics. So all those persons who think they're afraid of statistics, just talk to Aisha and statistics will become easy. We have Dr. Samantha John Holloway, demographer. We have Doreen Gordon. She's on leave, so you won't be seeing her around this year. We have Ms. Rashali Mitchell, for sociologist. And if you want to know about everything about sociology, check Rashali. Right, she wealth of information there about sociology, right? And she promoting her courses in there as well. Just meet Rashali and you'll be a sociologist. We have Dr. Laura John Overmiller, and she's an anthropologist. And when you talk about dancehall and all of those things, called gender and those things, check her. She's very much the person to talk to. We have Dr. Priestley, who are the demographer. We have Dr. Ricketts, who would have heard from for those persons who were in Monday's session. She's also our deputy dean, and she's in social policy. Our graduate student will see her. All right. We have Ms. Lemoy Weaver, who is one of our first year lecturers, and we have Mr. Colin Williams, a well-known statistician. Again, you'll meet in your second and maybe third year student. So that is how we introduce you to a face of our department. Welcome again, and we thank you for listening to us today. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Sawa. Thank you very much. We also want to mention that we have at HRD departments, although it's a postgraduate, just to mention that we have another department that falls under sociology, psychology, and social work called HRD. So again, thank you very much, Mr. Wab, for all the information they are giving us, a treasure trove of information. And so this is where I thank all your students for coming, and I leave the closing remark from Ms. Lati Bodier. But thank you everyone.
Lots of information, lots of things to remember. The good thing though about COVID and technology is that you can go and find some time and re-listen to the recordings. So my remarks to you, find some time to listen to the orientation sessions and all the information that you have heard throughout all of the sessions from the faculty, from our department's orientation, from the individual department's orientation. Find some time, listen to the recording, read your handbooks. Your handbook, as Dr. Beckford said, that the dean said, so I'm getting third-hand information. Your handbook is your Bible. I can't stress that enough. We're here to advise you. So you have academic advising. Your individual departmental heads would have told you what time and where. So please to make use of those faculty advising. Read your handbooks, listen to the sessions on how to register, how to select your courses. Your handbooks help you with that as well. Again, well, welcome. We wish you all the best. We know that you will do well. We have no doubt that you will do well. You have chosen the right department and you will soar. So welcome and all the best for a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful academic year. Walk good, observe the protocols, do your physical distancing, wear your masks, do what you need to keep safe. So hopefully, before the end of your 3 or 5 years with us, we will meet face to face. We will be able to stand in a classroom and exchange words and critically analyze without the use of technology. But for now, take care. Do what you need to take care of yourself and to keep safe. All the best, and I wish you long life. Take care and welcome.
And this is the end of the undergraduate orientation program for the Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work. Love you all and have fun.
Is that? How do I?